The fans of this sport are built differently. They demand excellence and expect nothing less. Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond is a show dedicated to the fans. Your new home for Big Ten Wrestling is here, and it starts now.
With that, welcome inside the championship recap edition of Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond. Rick Pizzo joined, as always, by the hardest working man in show business, Shane Sparks, who, along with Jim Gibbons and Tim Johnson this weekend, called somewhere close to 300 bouts in Lincoln. Had to be an amazing experience once again, Shane.
It's fantastic. We have got to get you, Rick, to the Big Ten Championships. Phenomenal atmosphere in Lincoln. Fans were back. Great team race. Some guys winning their first Big Ten crown. Other guys winning their second, third Big Ten title. It never disappoints. Best weekend of the year.
And an amazing storyline. Everybody focused on Penn State and Iowa. But our weekly headlines begin with the newest Big Ten team champion, the Michigan Wolverines, claiming that title for the first time since 1973. 5 wrestlers in the finals. Nick Suriano and Miles Amin took home Big Ten tournament championships. Will Lewan, Cam Amin, Logan Massa also making it into the finals. A fully well-rounded performance by Sean Bormet and the Michigan Wolverines.
And a big reason for that, Miles Amin, Mr. Wolverine at 184. He won the Big Ten title last year at 197 against Aaron Brooks. He scores late. They go to sudden victory. He takes down Brooks again to win it. Aaron Brooks, 2-time returning Big Ten champion, the reigning national champion. What a match for Amin. Michigan gets it done in Lincoln.
To me, that was the match of the championships. For Penn State, 4 individual champions. RBY over who else but Austin DeSanto. Nick Lee claimed the title when Jaden Ironman medically forfeited. Carter Starachi took care of Logan Massa, and Max Dean took down Eric Schultz of Nebraska. But Penn State came up just a little bit short in the team race.
And behind both Michigan and Penn State was Iowa. They had 4 in the finals. Alex Marinelli making history, picking up his 4th Big Ten crown, the 8th to do that in a Hawkeye singlet, the 17th overall in Big Ten history. The Bull, can he get it done in Detroit? He'll have a big test in 2 weeks.
Absolutely loved his emotion finishing and putting those 4 fingers up in the air. You mentioned the performance of Miles Amin as the co-outstanding wrestler. Well, the guy who shared that award with him, Wisconsin's Austin Gomez, he pinned Ridge Lovett in the semifinals in 20 seconds. 3rd fastest fall in championship history. Then he goes and beats the king at 149, Sammy Sasso. Perhaps the new king is in town. Congratulations to Austin Gomez. We start, though, Shane, with those general takeaways. I watched the entire event. You guys were on the call. The crowd was fantastic. They were behind so many different wrestlers, not just Nebraska wrestlers. We saw upsets both in the team race and individually, and we saw some guys just keep trucking.
It's amazing. It's about showing up, finding a way to get it done. You know, if you want to win a Big Ten title, you got to bring it. And you can't just bring it once or twice. You got to put 2-3 matches together to get it done. And I just love some of the headlines. Talk about Austin Gomez. He's got a saying, scared money don't make money. That match with Lovett was incredible. Then he goes out and beats Sammy Sasso. What I was most impressed with Gomez was his leg attacks. He's got great technique, finishes quickly. He'll be a force to be reckoned with in Detroit. That was a very standout weight class for me at 149.
Yeah, more on Austin Gomez, more on some individual performances coming up in a bit. But let's focus on this year's team champion, the Michigan Wolverines. There's no question that they had a lot of expectations before the year started. But Shane, especially after that Penn State duel, there were more questions than answers. Even Sean Bormet admitted as much. And yet the Wolverines found a way, and every single guy in each of the 10 weight classes matched or exceeded their pre-championship seed. That's how you win a team title.
That's exactly right. All 10 guys contributed. When you look at the team race, it took contributions from every single person on that team. Bonus point victories as well. It all mattered. They had 5 in the finals. First time that's happened since 1974. And they won a team title for the first time since 1973. They were able to battle adversity. But you know what, Rick? They just believed in themselves. You trust the process. Phenomenal coaching staff. That was a great weekend for Michigan.
Here is the seed list versus that finish. And as I mentioned, every single guy matching or exceeding their seeds. You had Suriano and Amin taking home the titles. Those second place finishes, all important. Even extra points from guys like Dylan Ragusin at 133, Pat Bruckey at 197. It all mattered because it came down so tight. We credit Andy Hamilton with this graphic and these figures, it all came down to basically that Amin and Brooks match. That's how close this was, as Penn State comes up just a little bit short. Now, the Nittany Lions will still be, in all likelihood, the favorite to win it all in Detroit. But in this one, they get their 4 individual champs, but they don't get the team title. And there were some things that left us scratching our head, not just Aaron Brooks losing to Miles Amin, who's terrific, but we had thought for a while that Brooks was unbeatable, but also no points from Hildebrandt at 125 and a couple of other guys not quite matching what we expected.
But if you're Penn State, you still feel pretty good. The Big Ten tournament, not a point of emphasis with their program. They're all about winning national titles, and you don't want to put it on one guy, but you mentioned Hildebrandt at 125. He was a 2 seed, didn't score any points. Greg Kirkfleet, Saturday night in that semifinal against Tony Cassiope, really let that one get away. He wins that match. We're talking about Penn State winning the Big Ten crown. Penn State will be ready. Don't sleep on the Nittany Lions in Detroit.
And we need to talk briefly also about Roman Bravo Young, a terrific match. If there was another match in my mind that matched that Amin Brooks match for intensity, it was the final between RBY and his foil, his rival, Austin DeSanto. But Shane, at the end of that match, I love the sportsmanship and respect they showed for each other.
Those two guys, when they toe the line, it's going to be a battle. And I love what RBY said. He goes, Austin DeSanto makes me better. And he had another really good point. He goes, I can love my opponents. I appreciate my opponents. Maybe the best perspective, at least from my standpoint, in college wrestling, Roman Bravo Young. He's a phenomenal competitor and just a class act off the mat as well.
Well, we bring up DeSanto, so let's transition out of our conversation about Iowa, a third-place finish, but also there was some conversation when Tom Brands and this team decided to medically forfeit 2 matches in the finals. We didn't see Jaden Ironman against Nick Lee. We didn't see Tony Cassiope against Gable Stevenson. Michael Kemmerer medically forfeited in the semis. Now, he had been battling that shoulder injury for quite some time. And I understand the focus may be more on Detroit, but there is a conversation to be had, I think, after what took place this weekend.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say it's disappointing. I mean, I don't know what the reasoning is. Tom Brands, talking to the media afterwards, said, hey, these are tough decisions. We make tough decisions. I get it. It's just unfortunate. I don't know what the fix is. But as you said, it really comes down to 2 weeks in Detroit. But it was disappointing.
Alex Marinelli did not disappoint. Listen, this is a grind, mentally and physically, to get through a bracket like that. He has now done it 4 times, and we need to tip our caps to the Bull.
Absolutely. 4 Big Ten titles, the 8th in program history. And you know how tough it is to win a Big Ten title? Recent greats, Vincenzo Joseph of Penn State, 2-time national champion. He doesn't have a Big Ten title. Nick Lee finally got his Big Ten title yesterday. Carter Strachey, reigning national champion, he got a Big Ten title yesterday. You cannot go to the local grocery store, Rick. Go to aisle 8, 3rd shelf from the top, and buy a Big Ten title. You have got to earn it.
Aisle 8, 3rd shelf from the top, for those of you who need to put that on your
You can't buy them.
Grocery list.
They are not for sale.
We've talked a little bit about Austin Gomez. We can talk some more about the co-outstanding wrestler of the championships. And also, let's not forget another guy in one of those middleweights, and Ryan Deacon, because there was so much expectation heaped on Deacon, the big-time favorite at 157. But sometimes when you have all those expectations and you're a monster favorite, sometimes you don't deliver. He, just like Gomez, delivered.
Yeah, he definitely is a monster, and he got it done. 3-time Big Ten champion, first Wildcat to do that since Jake Herbert did it in 2006, 2007, and 2009, I believe. And he's the second 3-time Big Ten champion at 157 since Michael Rodriguez. That was done in the mid-50s. So it's been a long time. Ryan Deacon, again, one of those guys. He's got his eye on the prize. Looking forward to a potential matchup with him and the reigning national champion, David Carr of Iowa State. I would love to see those two scrap.
And who knows what's going to happen with Austin Gomez in Detroit at 149. He was not a guy at the beginning of the year. I don't think that was generally the first off people's lips when it came to having a conversation about national championships of those middleweights after his performance in Lincoln this past weekend. That conversation is going to become a lot more likely.
Here's Amin, the takedown, the Wolverine in sudden victory.
My heart is just pumping out of my chest. Miles Amin, and he might have just won the team title for Michigan. There's Sean Bormet, and he bleeds maize and blue. Congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines, the 2022 Big Ten champions.
For the first time in nearly half a century, the Michigan wrestling program can call itself Big Ten team champions. Following the Maize and Blues' magical weekend run in Lincoln, Shane had the chance to catch up with head coach Sean Bormet.
2022 Big Ten Wrestling Championships are in the book. What a phenomenal couple of days here in Lincoln alongside Sean Bormet, 2022 Big Ten Wrestling Coach of the Year. Your Wolverines, the Big Ten champions. You are a Michigan man. You wrestled there. You bleed the maize and blue. When you came here 10 years ago, describe your vision.
Yeah, I mean, part of the goal was to come back and, put Michigan in a position to win championships, be a championship contender team, Big Ten titles, NCAA titles, and it's been a lot of work getting to this point. Tremendous job by our coaching staff and just the way the guys competed these last 2 days.
Heading into the season, you guys were in that championship conversation, but you had some lulls. You battled some adversity. What did you learn about your team as the season progressed?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is we had to get our lineup set. We had some ups and downs with our lineup. There was a lot of areas we had to keep developing. I think our Penn State duel. That dual meet taught us a lot. We needed that duel to really address some areas within the team. And they responded really well. Every time we met some adversity, the team responded well, and we jumped some levels. So, these guys they're workers and very resilient.
You guys put 5 into the finals. You had a couple of really good days of wrestling. When you reflect on these 2 days, what are 2 or 3 things from a team standpoint that really jump out?
Yeah, I mean, getting off to a good start that first round. I thought we got a really strong first round. At some point, I think towards the end of that first round going into the second, we had, I think, won like 15, 16 matches in a row. So a lot of momentum. Guys were wrestling a lot of confidence. And, we knew bringing that into day 2, a couple areas we needed to do a little better job with our energy and our intensity. I thought the guys responded really well.
Nick Suriano, Big Ten champion for you guys at 125. What has he meant to the program?
Yeah, Nick's he's a professional. I mean, he's all business and training, all business when he steps on the mat. He's been a great leader in our program. He trains hard. He does everything right. And I really like the way he competes. I mean, he's a fierce competitor. He's relentless. And yesterday, in that semis, that was a great way to start that round. Sticking with that leg Turk, getting that pin to start it off. Guys were excited.
Miles Amin at 184. Him and Brooks went at it in that duel in Ann Arbor. Really close match. He's trailing in this match late today. Speak about his poise and what he's meant to this program.
Yeah, I mean, Miles is one of the greatest competitors we've had in Michigan. And in those kind of moments, I think Miles is really special. His concentration level is really high. His ability to get to the legs and finish is just incredible. I mean, he's world class. And he did a hell of a job tonight getting 2 takedowns in a short amount of time when it counted the most.
I saw you in the corner when it was 4-4 Gordon, a sudden victory. You had a big smile on your face, a lot of encouragement, clapping your hands like, hey, enjoy this moment. This is why you compete. Speak about that philosophy in your coaching from the corner.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Miles got that takedown, Brooks got away, I knew. I could see the look in his eyes. And this was, at the end of the day, this is why Miles Amin came back to wrestle for another year and wrestle for Michigan and put on the Block M singlet and try to win a championship. And he was bigger than the moment. He rose up, and that's what Miles does best.
When you guys were congregating as a team, huddled all together, what was your message to the group?
The message was really, soak it in. These titles, team championships don't come easy. A lot of work went into it. Soak in the moment, enjoy it. He did a heck of a job these last 2 days wrestling hard. I did tell him they get tomorrow off, but there's more work to do in 2 weeks, so we got to keep our eyes on a bigger prize.
You guys are celebrating 100 years of Michigan wrestling. You're the 2022 Big Ten champions, first time since 1973. And as you said, the bigger prize in Detroit, Michigan in 2 weeks. What'll be the focus and the points of emphasis to fine-tune the peak in Detroit?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of momentum coming off these championships. We knew that was going to be important. So we just got to get back, recover, break down some film. There's a couple glaring areas that I think we got to tighten up and do a little better job of. But mostly it's just really recharging the battery, making sure we're as healthy as we can possibly be going into Detroit, and just wrestling with a lot of excitement, a lot of energy.
Well, congratulations on the performance in Lincoln. Good luck to you guys in Detroit, Sean. Congratulations, Big Ten champions, Michigan Wolverines. I know it means a lot to you as much as anybody.
Thanks, Shane. Go Blue.
Our thanks to Straight Shooter, who tweeted us the greatest ever man on the street mat return in history. The guy in the gray tried to steal a chainsaw from Walmart. The gentleman in the white, just a fellow shopper, but he clearly has some skills. Check out the setup. Weight in the right place, the lift, the delivery, the greatest mat return in Walmart history. Shane Sparks, do you have anything better than that this week?
That is phenomenal, super impressive, but I'm going to do my best. A championship edition of Mat Return of the Week. Let's roll film. We're going to start with Eric Barnett of Wisconsin, already a mountain of riding time over 3 minutes, avenging an earlier loss to Michael D'Agostino. Look at that mat return. Midway through the second period, Eric Barnett, a great tournament, powerful return. Eric Barnett into that final. He lost to Nick Soriano of Michigan, but he had a great tournament. A Big Ten runner-up, Eric Barnett. How about Alex Marinelli, now a four-time Big Ten champion? Big reason for that? He is so gritty and stingy in that top position. Very close match with Cam Amin. Good mat awareness right there on the edge. Early third period, that's the key. Good start to the third period. Alex Marinelli, four-time big champion, the Bull for Iowa. How about Roman Bravo Young? Late in this match, another good battle with Austin DeSanto. Strings together 2-3 mat returns to finish the match and get the win. His second Big Ten championship. Man, it's an attitude. Roman Bravo Young reminding Austin DeSanto, I'm the guy at 133 pounds. We roll on. Mat return of the week. This is Carter Starace of Penn State. Carter Starace might be the clingiest, stingiest wrestler in all the Big Ten. He does not give an inch, and he might not always have those big booming mat returns, but he's very efficient. You see a front trip here midway through the first period, 2-0 lead, not just going to give away an easy escape. There's a back trip. Carter Starace, he's so fun to watch. He fights every position so hard. Here's Massa to his feet. Minute and a half, third period. Once again, there's that back trip. Carter Starace wins a national title last year. He was a Big Ten runner-up. This year, he gets that Big Ten title. Carter Starace, 18-0 this season. He's won 32 of his last 33 matches, and he'll go into Detroit at the national tournament as the #1 seed. Carter Starace, he continues to get better in all positions. But our winner this week, Ryan Deacon, picking up his third Big Ten crown. Check this out. You can feel this one in your living room. Bam, he crashes down Will Lewan. This is more of a career mat return award. Ryan Deacon suffocating on top. He is like saran wrap. He becomes Northwestern's first three-time Big Ten champion since Jake Herbert in early 2000s. Ryan Deacon, what a career. Great mat return, and he is our winner of Mat Return of the Week. This will go to the Northwestern Wrestling Room. Looking forward to it. I can't wait to see 157. Ryan Deacon will be in the mix in the weight class in Detroit, and a big reason for that is the attitude. That top position, staying in control with those mat returns. Great job, Ryan. Good luck in Detroit.